Jack, pre-season necessary evil for any player. How's it been so far, and what are you expecting over these next few weeks?
Been nice and hot, nice and warm. Had us kind of running around, nice double session today. But we're getting the work done that's got to be done. We've got a nice kind of period, a nice block to get through before a little break, and then we'll go through another block again for our game start again. So, yeah, expecting the worst, hoping for the best, but it won't happen. But again, it's something that you got to get through, and this is the period where your body's not as battered from games and not as destroyed. So it is good to kind of make the most of it whilst you can. It's
where you lay the foundations for a season, though, isn't it? And based on previous years, the hard graft you do here sets you up nicely for those opening weeks in particular.
Yeah, we always want to hit the ground running, and we've got, like I said, a very long period to kind of get through, mentally and physically, because it is hard work. But again, it brings out the best in the players, and it brings out and shows it in the way that we play on the pitch come the first round of games.
Hard work though, but they make it fun at times, don't they?
Definitely. No, to be fair, we haven't done one bit of just straight line running bar the actual fitness testing. It's been a lot of ball in hand and a lot of small-sided games and things like that. So yeah, it's been good to chuck the ball around.
Going into an 8th season here at the Chiefs now, how has it changed in that time? The club has changed dramatically, but for a player, is it a lot different these days, or is it still pretty much the same?
The key thing is that underpins it all is, and from when I joined, is the hard work element that goes into it. Back then, Sturge and boys like that used to talk a lot about graft, and that's kind of evolved into hard work and making sure you're pushing yourselves and kind of winning the things that require no talent. That's what we speak a lot about now. So, those fundamentals are very much kind of underpinning everything that we're about.
A few weeks have passed now since Twickenham and the disappointment of that, but reflect on it and the season as a whole last year. There's plenty of positives rather than negatives to take from it, isn't it?
Definitely. No, I kind of said after the full-time whistle in the change room, obviously it wasn't the result we wanted, and one or two moments in that game, if we had taken better control of things, we could have come out on the other side of the result. But very proud of how the boys went in the final. We really did have Sarries on the rope, and they were the European champions last year. So, to have them that close and to be that close in the game, it is ultimately not what we wanted. But we want to make sure we build on it, and that's where we get to put in the hard work now to kind of put the things right.
The makeup of this season is going to be a lot different. The Premiership Rugby Cup coming first, acting as the friendlies as well, but then the business of the Premiership starts. But you're going to be missing a few boys, hopefully.
Hopefully there's a load of boys on that plane out to Japan. So I think they're getting worked just as hard, if not probably harder, because they're a few weeks ahead of us now. But yeah, it's good to see so many boys in, and hopefully we squeeze a few more on the plane as well.
But that's where we see the strength of the Chiefs then, wouldn't it? You're working with these other guys day in, day out. We're going to see them come to the fore, hopefully.
Definitely, and that's one thing that has kind of changed over the years. You alluded to earlier about how it's changed in my time here, is the strength and depth we have now and have had for the past 4 or 5 years now is something that's a real contributing factor to us pushing up the table and getting to finals and things. Is that when we do get injuries, we do get knocks, there's players absolutely ready to come in and take the shirt and show what they're about.
And what's the seasonal goals for Jack Yeandle? What's the seasonal goals for the Chiefs, without going too much into plan?
Survive pre-season, and then try and get a bit broken in, ready for the games, and hit the ground running. That's the big aim, is to kind of, the time that first game's around, is to make sure we're absolutely flying and ready to go.
The fixtures are out and the competition. Is it going to be tougher than last year? Because everyone said last year was the toughest Premiership yet. Was it that way?
Seems to be getting tougher every season. Hopefully that's not just because I'm getting older. A long pre-season team's going to make the most of it, aren't they? They're going to try and tick every box and leave no stone unturned to make sure that their squad and their players are as fit as what they can achieve. So we're in exactly the same boat, but it's not just your physical fitness, it's about mentally how hard you're prepared to push yourself as well. So it's just making sure that we can kind of maximise everything we can over this block, and ultimately we want to be the ones that perform the best come that first round of games.